Hello and welcome everyone to this next lecture on user defined methods. Okay, methods or functions, it is the same thing, right? So before getting into this topic, let us first discuss a very common standard topic, that is public static void main string args. Okay, why I have written that? I have written this because this particular line that you're seeing here, this particular line you have been writing since class 8. Okay, at least since class 8, 9, and now you're in 10, right? But wherever I go, and if I ask the question like what is the exact full meaning of this each and every word, till date I don't get a answer. Most of them know what they know about public, what is public, and a bit some more students might know of void. Isn't it strange that this is the line that you write in every computer program? In every program you write this line. विदाउट अंडरस्टैंडिंग यू राइट दिस लाइन. ओके, सो आज हम लोग समझेंगे हर एक वर्ड का मीनिंग. ठीक है, ये वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट है. ठीक है, क्यों समझना इंपॉर्टेंट है? क्योंकि तभी आप समझ पाएंगे इसमें, ये मेन मेथड में, और ये जो अब ये जो मेथड्स हम लोग बनाने वाले हैं, ठीक है, उस पर. ठीक है, ठीक है, उस पर हम लोग समझने वाले हैं. ठीक है, दिस इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. ओके, सो चलो समझते हैं. सबसे पहले व्हाट इज़ द मीनिंग ऑफ पब्लिक. ओके, पब्लिक मीन्स the very first thing that comes here. Okay, and one interesting thing that you notice is, if you have already done classes in your school, right, for on this topic user defined methods, then you will notice one key difference in these two methods. This method is by default, and this method you name it yourself, like you can name it anything, right? And then one more thing, that static word is present here, but there is no static word here, you see. So these observations help you understand the program and the computer as a language very इंटरेस्टिंगली. ओके, सो अगर कहीं मौका मिले तो इन चेंजेस को देखो और समझो एंड ट्राई टू आस्क क्वेश्चंस ऑन दिस, लाइक ऐसा क्यों है, ऐसा क्यों नहीं है. हियर यू राइट स्टैटिक एंड हियर यू डोंट राइट स्टैटिक. ओके, तो हर चीज़ समझेंगे हम लोग, ठीक ना. दैट इज वाई देर इज अ रीजन वाई इट इज कॉल्ड कंप्यूटर एप्लीकेशन, right? Because you have to apply that knowledge, and to apply that knowledge you need to understand the concepts. Okay, and that is the only base of your questions that come in your board exam. And this time's model paper also I have seen, right, most of the questions are analysis based. Now they don't give you, right, they will not give you questions like you give the difference between while loop and do while loop 5 marks. No, they will give you a program and they will ask you output in while loop, or they will try to ask you a difference of output during a do while, how many times the loop will execute, and stuff like that. Okay, so that is why it is very important कि you understand the concepts. ठीक है, तो कंसेप्ट आप समझ में करते हैं कि पब्लिक क्या है. सबको पता है, मैक्सिमम लोग को पता होगा पब्लिक इज व्हाट. पब्लिक इज एन एक्सेस स्पेसिफायर, राइट. सो पब्लिक इज एन एक्सेस स्पेसिफायर, फुल एक्सेस स्पेसिफायर. ओके, public is an access specifier. What does this do? This, so now see there are three types of access specifier. Okay, let me just jot it down for you. Three types of access specifier. What are those? Public, private, and protected, right? So it will be public, private, and protected. In your whole ICSE board you do not need to consider this and this. Okay, so that is why I don't focus much on the other things. Only anywhere where you are going to define a function, जहाँ पर भी function तुम define करोगे, you have to use public. Clear, clear, clear. Okay, even when you define a class you are going to use the keyword public. Okay, done. So this is called access specifier. Okay, now this is static word. This is a very key important word here. Okay, static. What is this? Static in English, if you try to translate the meaning of static, it means something which is constant or something like that, right? Anyways, right, so let us come back to this. This is a keyword. Okay, static is a keyword. Keyword means keywords are special reserved words in Java which have special meaning to the compiler, right? So this was the functional definition. This is the very important word that you have to write every time, right? Keywords are the special reserved word. Okay, so which have a special meaning to the compiler. So whenever the compiler encounters this word, the static word, it sends, the static word sends the compiler a message. What message that it sends? It indicates, the static keyword indicates that the method, this is the method name. Method means what? This bracket, right? Wherever you see these two bracket, you understand that it is a method. और उसका नाम अगर जानना है तो इस ब्रैकेट के पहले जो भी लिखा हुआ है तो वो उस फंक्शन का नाम है। अगर आप याद करो तो मैथ डॉट पाव आप लिखते हैं, राइट, मैथ डॉट पाव, यू आर यूजिंग दिस फंक्शन फॉर व्हाट, फॉर डूइंग द पावर एक्स की पावर आई, राइट। So how does this function work? So this when we will go to the advantages, I will take this example and explain you everything. Okay, तो कहीं पर भी आप फंक्शन है तो वो कहीं कहीं पर भी ये ब्रैकेट अगर आपको दिख जाए तो आप समझ जाना कि वो क्या है, एक फंक्शन है, राइट। सो स्टैटिक कीवर्ड से क्या होता है एग्जैक्टली, द मेन थिंग इज स्टैटिक कीवर्ड helps the compiler to run it without the creation of object. Okay, this means that you can call this method without creating an object. Okay, recall करो कि whenever you use this function क्लास 9 के सारा प्रोग्राम में एंड क्लास 10 का फर्स्ट सेमेस्टर में, if you created a function like this and if you had a program, in that program if you had only this function, you didn't have to create any object to call this main method. You created an object, but to call input function, calculate function, why? Because these were user defined function, you defined it yourself, but you never ever have used this ob dot main, never, ऐसा आपने कभी नहीं किया। नाउ आर यू एबल टू कोरिलेट द थिंग्स, राइट। ऐसा क्यों हो रहा है? क्योंकि ये स्टैटिक लिखा हुआ है। ये कीवर्ड कंपाइलर को ये बताता है कि इस फंक्शन का आप you can access this function without creating an instance of a class. You can access this function without creating an instance of a class. Okay, you can access function without object. Instance of a class किसको कहते हैं? ऑब्जेक्ट, ठीक है। इसीलिए इसमें कभी भी आज तक till date you have never used this particular thing, this particular line neither you have used nor you will use it in the future, ठीक है। This is very important. Okay, and void, so void you might be knowing, this is called return type. This is what? This is return type, right? So return type means what kind of value the function is going to return to its caller. Okay, what kind of value the function is going to return to its caller. Okay, so now as I told you, for ob dot main you have never seen object name dot function name, this means calling, लेकिन आज तक तुमने ऐसा यूज ही नहीं किया, मतलब ये कुछ रिटर्न करता ही नहीं है, ठीक है। इसी के अंदर सारा चीज होता है। void means when there is no return type, okay, and there are some more there can be different type of return types, like what, if there is an integer there can be int return type, there can be double return type. Okay, similarly you can have other data type return type, ठीक है। अब जो फाइनली है वो है इंपॉर्टेंट, क्या, मेन क्या होता है? मेन इज द फंक्शन का नाम, मेन क्या है? function name. Okay, cool. And the last part, this particular thing, string args, string and this bracket and args. Okay, what is this? अगर आपने array पढ़ा है तो array में आपको पता है कि this is the symbol of array, so this means what? It is an array of string, which helps you during the command line argument. Okay, जब आप लैब में when you go to the computer lab and you execute, right, command line argument, you would have heard that, right? So this is the standard meaning of each and every word here, ठीक है। समझ में आया? ठीक है। So you need to understand this particular thing first: public, static, void, main, string, args. Cool. Each and every word has a importance. Okay, static है, therefore you do not need to create an object. Here there is no static, therefore you will have to create an object. Automatic, you understood that, right? यहाँ पे static word है, so now you might also have a question that क्या यहाँ पे static नहीं use कर सकते, right? Isn't it? यहाँ पे static क्यों नहीं use करते? So user defined function जब हम पढ़ाएंगे अभी आगे, when I am going to teach you, I'll show you the syntax of creating a function, right? In that syntax there is no static. And let us assume a hypothetical situation where we what you can do, where we use static in both the places. Okay, I will just let you know, okay, what will happen. चलो ठीक है, this is computer, like go to lab, try to type static here and check what is happening, what is the error it is trying to throw. So these are the things you need to do in lab. Okay, but in lab what happens I know. Cool. चलो ठीक है, समझते हैं आगे, ठीक है। तो ये समझ में आ गया, ठीक है। अब हम लोग आते हैं इसका थियरी पार्ट में, बहुत ही छोटा सा सिंपल सा लूसिड थियरी लिखाएंगे, ठीक है, और उसको बस समझना है, ठीक है ना। उसमें याद करके कुछ फ़ायदा नहीं होने वाला है, उसको समझ के रखना है, ताकि अगर एमसीक्यू में कुछ डाल दिया तो आप उसका आंसर दे पाए, ठीक है। इस पे आने वाले हैं, बहुत जल्द आने वाले हैं, ठीक है। ये कब आएगा, जब हम वो थोड़ा सा थ्योरी आपको पढ़ा देंगे, देन यू विल बी एबल टू ग्रैप्स द नॉलेज ऑफ user defined functions. This is very important. Why? Because this has 15 marks fixed. This is the very user defined function is very important. Why? Because the very first program that comes in your exam has this question from here, 15 marks, and it will be of function overloading. Okay, function overloading, not just one function but many function you will have to use. Okay, either there will be a question of function overloading or there will be a question of constructor overloading. Okay, so this is very first program that comes in your exam is of this. इसीलिए इसको समझ के बहुत अच्छा से रखना है, ठीक ना। अभी हम लोग को यही समझना है कि पब्लिक स्टैटिक वॉइड में स्ट्रिंग एजेस क्या होता है। सो वी गॉट दी अंडरस्टैंडिंग, कूल। ओके, नाउ वी विल गो ऑन टू द नेक्स्ट लेक्चर। ओके, चलो, थैंक यू।